the ideal, quote unquote, then what? Does that make sense?
Sometimes it can give you like somewhat of a base to go off of.
Huh?
Sometimes it can give you like somewhat of a base kind of to go off of, like what you think it should be.
Okay.
I mean, like it doesn't exactly have to like threaten reality, because then like instead of you just all you know is just like you said with the example, if you don't have both parents, like instead of all you know is just a one parent home, you've seen on like TV or in a movie or something, you've seen like the happy family, and like you know that a household like may be better off with two parents. I'm not gonna say should have, but maybe better off with like two parents or something like that. Kind of gives you like a base of what you should, I guess, work towards, or I don't know.
So you're saying that some people can like misinterpret the simulation to make it like their own reality?
No, I'm saying like it would sometimes. It's kind of hard to explain. Like it could help. Like if you explain. Like
Yeah.
if you,
But could it
Yeah,
also
like
set up an unrealistic set of expectations?
that's true.
But at the same time, not every TV show has the happy, perfect family.
That's true.
I mean, I can think of plenty of examples of, like, TV shows and movies with broken families.
Yeah, broken
Mm.
like awkward. Love that show. It was about a girl who was dealing with a lot of stuff, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't her best friend coming back every episode. It wasn't her boyfriend falling in love with her the second she sees her. So I think media is starting to turn in a direction that's a little more closer to what we believe is reality.
Okay. So then why this claim then? Yours, about the apathy and quiescence and...
I mean, I think that I really can't think of any specific examples, but like in TV shows and movies and whatever media, people are like, oh, I don't care about this, you know, I'm too cool to care about this. And a lot of people have that attitude where they're too cool to care about like promoting citizenship and like being nice to other people. And I think media plays a big role in that.
How?
I feel like another big thing is that a lot of it's really far-fetched now. That it's like the special people that are getting all the attention, and everybody else thinks that, oh, I can't do that. So it becomes apathetic. It becomes, I'd rather sit here and watch this than go out and try to do something, because that sounds hard. Because it always talks about everything people go through.
Well, we live in America, so don't we have equal opportunity for upward mobility? That's what we're taught.
Ouch. Someone's been reading lies my teacher told me.
Didn't freaking on say different.
But I mean, you always have like child prodigies who are gonna play like crazy piano when they're 5.
The outliers.
Yeah.
You're talking about the outliers? The ones that...
And that's what TV shows are about.
Because
Or
it's
like
what's
specials.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting to us what we don't have.
But can't that be like somewhat inspiration? Like, if the TV shows or that type of stuff like talks about the actual difficulties, like instead of some people just sitting there and saying, well, you know, that seems hard, so I'm not gonna do it. Like, couldn't provide inspiration for people? Like, if they overcame all of that, why can't I?
I think that's
I think you're right. It can be like media can be inspirational, and like when a TV show does have an ideal family or somebody overcomes a struggle, then it does like inspire you to move towards that on your own. So that can be a positive effect on reality.
Okay, I'm going to bring in Plato in just a second because we're coming to choice. Chad brought up choice, and we say choose to be inspired, choose to, we have freedom of choice in America. So when are we like the cave people?
When our choices are limited.
When are our choices limited?
When we're not aware of the choices that are available.
How do we become aware of the choices that are available?
We get educated.
How do we become educated?
Education is also a simulation and limited.
is very true. Could we
Is it a
ourselves be
simulation, or
simulators?
does it bring us out of a simulation?
Education?
Education.
I guess
And
it-
the people running the education.
High school education or educating yourself on your own?
Like high school, college education.
Systemic education.
The acquisition of knowledge is a personal journey.
Do you think everybody?
Everyone's spot.
That's true.
Do you think everybody chooses to journey?
That's
Why? Just laziness?
apathy.
Quiescence? Brought on by?
Some people don't know where to go, like, to try to get that type of information.
They
Like-
don't know that they can go get knowledge.
Where would they get that knowledge? Where would they learn how to go get knowledge? Where would they learn how to question?
Guess they'd have to step out of the cave.
But you can't step out of your cave. Remember, according to Plato, you're chained. Someone has to free you and drag you into the light.
I don't.
That doesn't. It's not a truth. I'm just throwing that out
I
as
think, I don't
Plato's
think that's
contention.
true. I think it's your decision if you want to broaden your horizons and like have a different perspective of reality. I think it's your decision. You want to get educated, you go do it.
I mean, but how is it our choice when, like, I mean, we have some libraries that, like, cut their funding for a certain type of book, or they stop certain computer sites where you can look up different information. I'm saying, isn't that kind of like taken away from our choice?
Does everybody have equal access to the same kind of public resources like libraries?
Mm.
You can also
I
take
mean-
measurement with that, like sort of like the Truman Show. Like he pushed and pushed and pushed to get out of his cave, and then you could also look at it as somebody who didn't have access in wherever they were, so they moved somewhere else where they could have access.
Is that always possible? Movement?
I think the Truman Show is an example of why that truth isn't a truth. Like, nobody brought him out of that reality. He pushed himself.
No, he did have it introduced to him, like, by that girl. If that girl had never said anything, and they had never, like, she had never disappeared, and he wanted to go search for her, then he probably would have just, like, been happy just sitting there in his little normal life. But she was, like, the one that started to make him question stuff, or at least I thought.
Yeah, because the whole time he was trying to go to Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji.
Fiji.
So
Or, like,
there's-
she didn't like physically take him out of the place. I think she told him that there was more. Like there's more to your reality, which
She
like
said,
we might be told that, but he was the one who put forth the effort to get out of where he was. And I think that's what we do when we put forth an effort to get an education. We know if you get educated, you're going to be enlightened. But if you have to do it. You have to put forth the effort.
Ask you a question.
Even in the Truman Show, Christoph said that Truman, he said if he actually wanted to discover the truth, there would be no way we could stop him.
But there had to be the want, though.
And where does the want come from? What? And I'm gonna introduce another smart word. It's not. I don't know if it's in the book. I think it is. Catalyst. Let me ask you this question, and we'll stop. Hang on. Do internal catalysts come from external catalysts?